But Robert, I mean, just imagine if we had a media that just weren't complete sniveling cowards and they accurately reported on stuff, right? Like if they reported on that BBC story out of Somalia, it'd be, here's why this guy thinks this. Here's what the Quran says in Surah 65, verse 4. Here's what here's what Muhammad did in the Hadith. This is how this guy justifies it. But you have other Muslims who think, no, it was just for that time or something like that, and you should obey the laws of the land, and we know more now or something like that. But just to give people an accurate understanding of this, or even when you have an attack like the one that that just happened in India, to actually say, here's why these guys are going around checking who's Muslim and non-Muslim. Some Muslims believe that you should avoid as much as possible killing any Muslims, and so you question. But notice how that's different from other attacks on like concerts and so on. So they have some different ideas, but even that's different from the jihadis who would blow something up. And here's how they would justify that using their sources about using catapults. And so here's why all these. Wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it be just shocking to have journalists who are trying to give people accurate information and not to spin things and steer them in a direction of ignorance?
Yeah,
What do you
I
think their
used to
jobs are?
wonder. I used to be amazed 10, 15, 20 years ago that every time an establishment media reporter got involved in one of these stories, you just knew he was going to
Mhm.
take a line that was in favor of the jihadis and whitewash jihad activity and demonize people opposed to it. Israel is not a perfect state any more than any state is perfect. Israel is very isolated in the world, and Azerbaijan is a foe of Iran. It's understandable that Israel would ally with a foe of Iran. You remember our friend what was his name? I now I don't
No,
remember him.
Niraj
Naraj?
Warahu,
Yeah, that's it.
something like that. Yeah,
Naraj
the Detroit
Waraku
Free
in
Press.
Detroit. Yeah, and guys like that, who's I don't even think he's a Muslim, but he's just totally in the pocket of the Islamic groups in Michigan, whatever. Would never deal with these things fairly. But it wasn't just him; it was every last one of them. And it over the years of it seems clear. Qatar and Saudi Arabia have poured millions of dollars into the universities. I think it's very likely they've also bought the news agencies because there's not even one guy ever, any single reporter who wants to deal with these things fairly. It's incredible.